Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I want to talk about how Insomniac needs to prepare for Spider-Man 3, so that way, when it comes out, it's actually good, at least. Well, at least better than Spider-Man 2, because there's kind of a lot, and that a lot is kind of more than there should be. So the first start would be the Venom game. That'd make like the most sense. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't believe that they're gonna do it until they have a trailer with a release date, and I think that's fair to say, considering Spider-Man stuff gets canceled a lot. So, I wouldn't get my hopes up for a Venom game just in case. But that would need to do that, so that way it can take care of Carnage, because that's one major villain more than needed in the Spider-Man 3 game. So, yeah, they could take care of that. Now, who's gonna be Venom, or who's gonna be the host? Couldn't fucking tell you. It's already a mess. So that's something they're gonna have to do. Second, a Silk game. As much as I would like to believe that Insomniac can handle 3 Spider-Man characters, telling an origin in Spider-Man 3 is probably not gonna go well. It's probably gonna make the story feel very I guess it'll feel like it'll be too much. It'll be, and that's not good. So an origin, they should make a side game for her origin, and then they can have her be kind of like, a more fleshed out character in the game. That way they don't spend time doing that. Because if you play Spider-Man 2, Peter and Miles were not balanced that well. So three spider characters are probably not going to be that good either. I mean, the next thing would have to be, what are they going to do with Harry? Because ideally, they're in a weird spot. Like, I feel like they need to decide to, either keep him alive or kill him. Because there'd be no point in keeping him in a coma, as it's kind of just a waste of the character anyway. But they do need to take care of that. Chameleon. Now that should probably be side content, but it is kind of something they've set up, so they do need to take care of that. Or it could be like a side villain that Miles and yada yada are facing. Who knows? The whole Emily May Foundation thing, because Peter's working on that still. I really hope they don't just drop that, but you never know. Doc Ock, Green Goblin. Those are going to be probably the 2 main villains of the game. Like how Doc Ock and Martin Lee, Venom and Kraven were. They're probably going to be the 2 main villains. I'm gonna be honest, I really hope they don't do Superior Spider-Man for a story in that game, because that's really gonna suck, as it's basically the symbiote arc again. It's basically the same thing, but like I don't want to see them do that again. I'm gonna be honest with you. It'd be kind of lazy, not gonna lie. But yeah, that's like ideally what they do need to cover for the most part. I like. There's also a lot of other questions like what's gonna be the opening villain, because like we've had an opening villain for every game. And it feels like I would assume they would probably use Beetle since she was cut content, but who knows? And on the topic of bosses, I don't know what they're gonna do because there's so far from what I'm seeing, there's only 3 bosses, and I know a game doesn't have to have a lot of boss fights, but if you played a Spider-Man game, if you played any of the Spider-Man games, you would know that there's a decent amount of boss fights in each game. At least the non-Miles Morales one. The non-Miles Morales ones have, the first game has like what, 10 in total? Well, not 10, well, depends on if you count each one as singular or if you count the doubles as just one. Spider-Man 2 has like 8. So like they usually have a lot more. Also, what's gonna be the factions of enemies? You know, like usually in the games they have thugs, then they have the demons, Rikers, and Riker escapees, Sable, symbiotes, hunters. What are they gonna do? Have like, I don't know, goblins? Kind of weird, you know what I mean? Like, there's no like it's a weird spot, especially because like we have no idea what the, like, other than Green Goblin and Doc Ock, which are like the only 2 characters we know are going to be in the main story. We have no idea what other villains will be involved. It is possible that they could bring back Fisk, though. That would not be that surprising, but it's just like there's a lot of very like up in the air kind of things, and a lot of things that could just be pushed into the game. So it's worrying. So I really hope that they do kind of deal with some of that stuff before they get to that game, and then when they get to the game, deal with the rest of the stuff in a proper way, because I do not want them to put almost everything into the main story. I want the main story to be better than Spider-Man 2. I doubt, like, I can't sit here and say, oh, I want it to be better than Spider-Man 1 or Spider-Man PS4, because chances are that's just not going to happen. Chances are it's not going to happen. Times have changed, so the story can't be much darker, which is another complaint I have about Spider-Man 2, is that it's definitely nowhere near as dark as the first game. I'm going to be completely honest with you. So I don't think Spider-Man 3 is going to be anywhere near darker than Spider-Man 1. Maybe Spider-Man 2 it'll be darker, but maybe it'll be darker than Spider-Man 2, but I don't know. But yeah, no, I really just hope this game ends up being good. And mostly a good send-off to Peter, because he's probably going to be done after that game. I mean, ideally, it'll probably be a good send-off for all of them, since we're probably not going to see them ever again. At least in the Spider-Man game. But it would be cool if it ends up being really, really good. But that's all I have to say on it. So thanks all for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.